I still remember the sound of plates shattering against the kitchen floor. It was sharp, final, like the crack of something that had been straining too long. Anna stood there, trembling, her eyes glistening under the harsh kitchen light. Our daughter, Lily, had just stormed upstairs, slamming her bedroom door so hard that one of the picture frames fell off the hallway wall. "She didn't mean it," Anna whispered, her voice breaking. But I couldn't breathe. The words were still echoing inside my skull, bouncing off every memory I'd built over the past 12 years. "You're not my real dad." I wanted to believe she just said in anger, a child's cruel jab when emotions run too high. But something in Anna's face, in the way she couldn't meet my eyes, told me there was more. "Anna," I said quietly. What did she mean? She froze. Her lips parted, but no words came out. That silence. God, that silence told me everything before she even spoke. "Michael, please," she whispered, tears spilling down her cheeks. "Can we talk about this later?" I shook my head. "No, now." I met Anna 13 years ago, when she was a waitress at the diner near the construction site I was working on. She had this tired but kind smile, the kind that said she'd seen too much and still chose to be gentle anyway. Lily was barely a year old then, a chubby little thing with curls, and eyes too big for her face. Anna told me Lily's father was not in the picture. I didn't press for details. I didn't care. Over time, we built something fragile but real. I watched Lily take her first steps, taught her how to ride a bike, stayed up with her when she had fevers. She called me Dad by the time she was 3. I thought love was enough to rewrite the past. Anna sat at the kitchen table now, clutching a dish towel like it was the only thing keeping her grounded. "She doesn't know how to handle fights like this," she said, avoiding my gaze. "You know how teenagers are." "Stop it," I said, my voice harder than I meant to be. "She didn't just pull that out of nowhere. Did you tell her something?" She pressed her palms to her eyes. "It wasn't supposed to come out like this." My heart dropped. "So it's true." A sob escaped her. "Michael, please, listen. Just tell me." I said, my throat burning. She looked up at me then, really looked at me. And for the first time in our marriage, I saw fear. "She's not your biological daughter." The air seemed to collapse around me. I couldn't hear the hum of the refrigerator anymore. Couldn't feel the floor beneath me. I wanted to ask how, why, but all I could manage was, "Who?" She hesitated, and that hesitation hurt more than the answer. "Someone I was seeing before you," she said softly, "before we got serious. I didn't even know I was pregnant until after we started dating. But you told me her dad wasn't around." "He wasn't," she said. "He didn't want anything to do with her. And then you came along and you loved her, and it felt right. You were her dad, Michael. You are." I stepped back, shaking my head. "No, don't do that. Don't try to make this sound noble." Tears rolled down her face, but all I could think about was the years of birthdays, the bedtime stories, the scraped knees I'd patched up, the nights I'd stayed awake worrying about bills so she'd have what she needed, all built on a lie. That night, I slept on the couch. Or rather, I stared at the ceiling until dawn, listening to the faint sounds of Lily crying in her room upstairs. I wanted to go to her, to comfort her like I always had. But I didn't know if I had the right anymore. The next morning, she came downstairs, eyes red and swollen. She stood there for a long time, clutching the banister. "Mom told me," she said quietly. I couldn't find the words. I just nodded. "I'm sorry," she whispered. I didn't mean to say it like that. I looked at her, this girl I had raised, loved, fought for. "Why did you?" She hesitated. "You were yelling at Mom, and I just wanted to hurt you. I didn't think it would hurt that much." Her voice cracked. "You are my dad. You always have been." Something inside me broke open then, something both painful and strangely freeing. I walked to her and wrapped her in my arms. She sobbed against my chest, the way she used to when she was little. Later that evening, after Anna had gone to stay with her sister, Lily and I sat on the porch. The sun was setting, bleeding gold and crimson across the sky. "Does this change things?" she asked, voice barely above a whisper. I took a deep breath. staring at the horizon. It changes what I thought I knew. I said, but not how I feel. She leaned her head against my shoulder. I'm still your kid, right? I smiled through the ache in my chest. You'll always be my kid. Love doesn't erase betrayal. It doesn't make the truth easier to bear. But sometimes it reveals what's real beneath the ruins. Anna's lie broke something between us that may never heal. But when Lily calls me Dad, I realize that family isn't written in blood. It's written in moments, in choices, in love that refuses to fade even when everything else does.